25 places you've never seen before. From lakes that can turn living creatures into stone, to ancient structures so perfect even today's tech can't explain them. These are the most unbelievable wonders on Earth. In northern Tanzania lies a lake that looks stunning, but is deadly to most forms of life. Lake Natron is shallow, just a few meters deep, yet its waters are saturated with sodium carbonate and other minerals, making it highly alkaline. Temperatures can soar to 60 degrees Celsius, hot enough to burn human skin. Any animal unlucky enough to fall into the lake often doesn't survive. Over time, the minerals coat their bodies, calcifying them and turning them into eerie, stone-like statues. Photographers have discovered petrified birds scattered along the shoreline, frozen in haunting poses that seem almost sculpted by some macabre artist. And yet, life persists against all odds. Each year, hundreds of thousands of flamingos gather here to breed, painting the lake a striking pink. The birds feed on algae that thrive in the harsh waters, and the extreme conditions keep predators at bay. The contrast is stunning, a lake of death and petrified remains, yet also a safe haven for one of nature's most graceful birds. From the mineral-encrusted carcasses to the vibrant flocks of flamingos, Lake Natron is a paradox, a place where danger and beauty exist side by side, reminding us that nature often thrives in extremes and that life finds a way even in the most hostile environments. Towering above the rainforest at 2,800 meters, Mount Roraima looks like something from another planet. Its flat-topped summit rises sheer from the jungle, surrounded by cliffs so vertical they seem impossible to climb. This isolated plateau inspired Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's novel, The Lost World, because what lies on top is unlike anywhere else on Earth. The surface is covered with unique plants and creatures found nowhere else, having evolved in isolation for millions of years. Many species resemble ancient life forms, as if time stood still on this mountain. Locals consider Roraima sacred. Some legends describe it as the stump of a mighty cosmic tree that once held all the fruits of the world. From the air, it looks exactly like a natural fortress or an island in the sky. Even today, reaching the summit is a challenge, requiring days of trekking through dense forest, rivers, and finally a difficult climb up narrow paths. Those who make it say it feels like stepping into another world, a forgotten kingdom of stone and mist. In the desert of Turkmenistan burns a fire that has raged for more than half a century, known as the Door to Hell. This massive crater is about 70 meters wide and 30 meters deep. In 1971, Soviet scientists drilling for natural gas accidentally caused the ground to collapse. Fearing the spread of toxic methane, they set the crater alight, expecting it to burn for a few weeks. That was over 50 years ago. Today, it still burns. The sight is both mesmerizing and terrifying. Flames leap from the edges, while the center glows with molten orange. At night, the fire illuminates the desert, as if the earth itself has torn open to reveal the underworld. Standing on the rim, visitors say they can feel the heat blasting against their skin. The constant roar of the fire is like breathing from the belly of the planet. Scientists continue to study the crater, but for the locals it remains a reminder of how one human mistake can unleash forces far beyond our control. In the heart of Bohol, Philippines, rise the Chocolate Hills, a landscape so unusual it seems almost unreal. Over 1,000 grass-covered mounds stretch across the rolling countryside, forming a sea of green that turns rich brown in the dry season, giving the hills their name. No one knows exactly how they were formed. Some say they are the remnants of ancient coral reefs, while others believe they were shaped by earthquakes and erosion over thousands of years. Whatever the origin, their uniform shape and perfect symmetry have fascinated people for generations. The hills are most striking from above. Travelers climb observation towers to see the rows of conical mounds stretching to the horizon. From this view, the sun casts shadows and highlights across each hill, creating waves of light and color that change throughout the day. Local legends add to their mystery. One story tells of a giant who cried for years, leaving behind mountains of his tears. Another speaks of two feuding giants who threw stones at each other until they exhausted themselves, leaving the hills behind. Walking among the hills, visitors can feel the gentle rhythm of the landscape. Paths wind through the mounds, revealing hidden valleys and quiet forests. The air carries a soft, earthy scent, and the silence is only broken by the wind or the calls of birds. Each hill seems to hold a story, a memory of the Earth's slow and patient shaping. For many, the Chocolate Hills are more than a natural wonder. They are a place where mystery, beauty, and legend exist together in perfect harmony. Known as blood falls, this bizarre natural phenomenon looks like something out of a nightmare. Scarlet water staining the pristine white ice. But despite its terrifying appearance, it's not blood. The red color comes from iron-rich salt water that has been sealed beneath the glacier for nearly 2 million years. When this ancient briny water finally seeps out and hits the oxygen-rich air, the iron oxidizes, essentially rusting instantly, turning the water a shocking blood red. What makes blood falls even more extraordinary is what scientists discovered inside. A hidden world of microbial life. These tiny organisms survive in pitch darkness without oxygen, feeding on iron and sulfur, an ecosystem completely cut off from the surface. It's one of the clearest examples of life thriving in conditions once thought impossible, even offering clues to how life might survive on icy moons like Europa or Enceladus. The site itself is haunting, red liquid oozing over an endless expanse of white ice, as if the glacier itself were bleeding. Visitors describe it as both mesmerizing and unsettling, a surreal reminder that our planet still hides secrets in the coldest, most unforgiving places. Stretching over 10,000 square kilometers, Salar de Uyuni is the largest salt flat on Earth. A vast expanse so immense it feels endless. In the dry season it appears as a barren, cracked desert, an almost alien landscape of bright white salt stretching to the horizon. But during the rainy season, a thin layer of water transforms it into a flawless natural mirror, reflecting the sky so perfectly that walking across it feels like stepping into the heavens themselves. The mirror is so precise that it blurs the line between land and sky. Astronauts even use it to calibrate satellites, a tool created entirely by nature. This ever-changing landscape has inspired legends and myths. Locals whisper about hidden treasures buried beneath the salt, and visitors come from around the world to witness this dreamlike spectacle. Photographers and filmmakers often describe it as a place where reality and illusion collide. Sunrise and sunset turn the mirror into a canvas of golds, pinks, and purples, while storm clouds above seem to float beneath your feet. Salar de Uyuni is a reminder that the Earth itself can craft illusions more breathtaking than anything human imagination could dream. Off the coast of Belize lies one of the planet's most mesmerizing natural wonders, the Great Blue Hole. This giant, circular sinkhole spans over 300 meters in diameter and plunges 125 meters deep. Once part of ancient limestone caves, it was slowly swallowed by rising sea levels thousands of years ago, leaving a perfect, otherworldly abyss in the turquoise waters of the Caribbean. Diving into the blue hole is like entering another world. As divers descend, the bright sunlight above fades into deep, hypnotic blue. Stalactites and limestone formations from an era long past appear like frozen monuments in the silent darkness. Schools of reef sharks glide through the water, and the occasional flash of colorful fish punctuates the otherwise serene, almost eerie silence. Each meter descended feels like stepping further into the ocean's own cathedral, a space untouched by human hands. The Great Blue Hole is more than a visual marvel. It is a natural archive. Scientists study the formations within to uncover Earth's climate history, learning about sea level shifts and temperature changes across millennia. From the surface, the water sparkles in shades of cobalt and sapphire, but below, it is a mysterious world that has been hidden for eons. The blue hole reminds us of the ocean's vastness and the secrets it still holds, a hypnotic symbol of nature's power, beauty, and enigma. In the northern reaches of Poland lies a forest unlike any other, known simply as the Crooked Forest. Here, over 200 pine trees grow with trunks bent sharply near their base, curving northward before shooting straight toward the sky. At first glance, it appears unnatural, as if some unseen hand had arranged each tree with deliberate care. The mystery of their formation has puzzled locals and scientists alike. Some believe human intervention in the 1930s caused the bends, perhaps to shape timber for furniture or boats. Others suggest extreme weather or gravitational anomalies warped the young saplings, leaving a forest that defies the rules of nature. Walking through the grove is an otherworldly experience. Sunlight filters through the twisted branches, casting shadows that ripple across the forest floor. Each tree leans in harmony with its neighbor, creating geometric rows that feel almost choreographed, a natural gallery of living sculpture. The air is thick with a quiet stillness, broken only by the whisper of wind through the needles or the occasional call of a distant bird. In the Crooked Forest, logic seems suspended, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary, a testament to the mysteries nature still hides. Visible from space, the Eye of the Sahara, or Richat structure, is a massive circular formation 40 kilometers wide. Its concentric rings resemble a bullseye in the desert, a geological masterpiece carved over millions of years by wind, water, and erosion. From above, it looks almost too perfect to be natural, like a giant target laid out by some unseen hand. Scientists debate its origin. Some claim it's a natural geological dome, pushed up and eroded over time. Others speculate it could be the remnant of an ancient meteor impact, the scar of a cosmic event lost to history. Fringe theories go even further, linking it to the legendary lost city of Atlantis, suggesting the concentric rings were once the foundations of a vanished civilization. From the ground, it's hard to grasp its scale, but from the air, the eye is mesmerizing. Its colors shift with the sun. Golden sands, rust-red rocks, and shadowed valleys form patterns that seem almost alive. Satellite imagery shows subtle shapes and lines that ignite the imagination, revealing symmetry and order that feels strangely intentional. To this day, geologists and explorers continue to study the eye, fascinated by how such a colossal, precise formation could exist in the middle of a barren desert. It's a cosmic painting etched into the earth, a mysterious landmark that bridges science, legend, and the sheer wonder of nature. The Eye of the Sahara reminds us that some places on our planet are still beyond explanation, waiting for curious eyes to uncover their secrets. High on the hills of southwestern Turkey lies a site so otherworldly, it seems sculpted by the gods themselves. Pamukkale, meaning Cotton Castle, is a surreal landscape of gleaming white terraces that spill down the mountainside like frozen waterfalls. Formed over thousands of years, hot mineral-rich springs flow down the slope, depositing layers of calcium carbonate that harden into shimmering steps of travertine. These create natural pools of turquoise water, glistening under the sun like bowls carved from crystal. For centuries, travelers have come here not only to marvel at the beauty, but also to bathe in the thermal waters. Ancient cultures believed these springs had healing powers, curing illnesses and restoring vitality. Even today, visitors wade barefoot across the terraces, their feet sinking into the soft, chalky surface as they soak in warm, mineral-rich basins. Just above the terraces lies another treasure, the ancient Greco-Roman city of Hierapolis. Founded in the 2nd century BC, this spa city was once a thriving hub for nobles, merchants, and pilgrims seeking both wellness and spiritual renewal. Walking among its vast amphitheater, temples, and sprawling necropolis, you feel how nature and human history have always been intertwined here. And then comes sunset. The terraces glow in hues of gold and amber, the pools reflecting colors that shift with the fading light. As twilight descends, Pamukkale transforms into something even more dreamlike, a fairy tale landscape where geology, history, and myth all flow together. Pamukkale isn't just a destination. It is a masterpiece of nature and time, a true cotton castle that continues to enchant the world. The Great Pyramid of Giza is not just a tomb, it's a timeless riddle carved in stone, a monument that has puzzled scholars, explorers, and dreamers for over 4,500 years. Rising more than 480 feet in its original form, it was the tallest man-made structure on Earth for nearly 4,000 years, a title it held until the medieval cathedrals of Europe. Constructed from more than 2 million limestone and granite blocks, some weighing up to 80 tons, the logistics alone boggle the imagination. How an ancient civilization without steel tools, cranes, or modern machinery managed to quarry, transport, and fit these blocks with such precision remains one of history's greatest engineering mysteries. The pyramid's alignment is equally astonishing. It is oriented almost perfectly to true north, with an accuracy of just a fraction of a degree. Its proportions mirror mathematical constants, like pi and the golden ratio, and some believe its design encodes celestial knowledge, linking earth and sky. The positioning of the pyramids in Giza even reflects the pattern of the Orion's belt stars, suggesting the builders saw this structure as more than just a tombit was a cosmic symbol. Inside, the chambers are plain yet deliberate. The king's chamber, built entirely of massive granite blocks transported from Aswan, nearly 500 miles away, gives off an overwhelming sense of order and balance. Many researchers believe the geometry of these inner passages was designed with astronomical or spiritual significance in mind, not merely for burial. For travelers standing at its base, the Great Pyramid is overwhelming. Its sheer scale dwarfs everything around it, reminding you of the unimaginable manpower and vision it took to build. You feel as though you are standing before a puzzle left behind by the Ancientsa riddle, meant to challenge every new generation. Whether it was a tomb, an observatory, or something far more symbolic, one thing is certain: the Great Pyramid of Giza continues to inspire awe, wonder, and speculation, a monument to human ambition, endurance, and mystery, destined to outlast us all. On a windswept plain in southern England rises one of the world's greatest enigmas: Stonehenge. A ring of massive stones, weathered by thousands of years, standing silent yet commanding. Built more than 4,000 years ago, during an age with no written records to explain its purpose, it remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. The sheer scale of the monument is staggering. Some stones weigh up to 25 tons, dragged from quarries more than 200 kilometers away. Without wheels, cranes, or advanced tools, how did prehistoric builders accomplish this? Theories suggest wooden rollers, sledges, ropes, or even rafts floated down rivers, yet none fully explain the precision or effort behind its construction. What makes Stonehenge truly remarkable is its connection to the heavens. During the summer solstice, the sun rises perfectly over the heel stone, casting light into the circle. In winter, the setting sun aligns with equal precision. Such design reveals not chance, but knowledge, an understanding of astronomy far ahead of its time. This alignment likely guided rituals, ceremonies, and seasonal gatherings, giving Stonehenge a purpose that reached beyond stone and earth. But purpose is still debated. Was it a temple to the sun? A place where communities honored the cycle of life and death? Nearby burial mounds hint at rituals of remembrance, and the discovery of skeletal remains marked with disease has led some archaeologists to believe that Stonehenge was seen as a place of healing, a destination where people journeyed across vast distances, hoping to be cured by powers linked to the stones themselves. The mystery deepens when we consider how the site evolved. Built in phases across centuries, each generation added its own mark, reshaping Stonehenge's role and meaning. Was it a calendar, a sanctuary, or a gathering place that changed with time? Perhaps it was all of these, its story stretching across ages as people redefined its purpose. Even today, visitors speak of an atmosphere unlike anywhere else. Standing among the stones, some describe a strange energy, something not captured in textbooks or archaeology. It may be the weight of deep time, the improbability of its construction, or something less tangible tied to the land and sky themselves. Stonehenge remains both monument and mystery, a bridge between the ancient and the modern world. Though we may never know its full story, its silent stones continue to captivate, inspire, and remind us of humanity's timeless drive to reach for meaning beyond the ordinary. High in the mist-shrouded Andes Mountains, where the clouds drift through emerald valleys, lies Machu Picchu, the legendary citadel of the Inca Empire. Built in the 15th century during the height of Incan power, it's often called the lost city of the Incas. Yet even after centuries, its true purpose remains shrouded in mystery. The architecture here is nothing short of astonishing. Massive granite stones were cut with extraordinary precision, fitted so perfectly together that not even a blade of grass can slip between them. This method, known as ashlar masonry, allowed the walls to withstand powerful earthquakes that would have reduced ordinary structures to rubble. But the brilliance of Machu Picchu goes beyond its walls. Terraces carved into the steep mountainside not only prevented landslides, but created fertile fields that sustained its people. A complex network of aqueducts and fountains carried crystal-clear spring water throughout the city. An engineering marvel thousands of feet above sea level. And then there's its alignment with the cosmos. During the solstices, sunlight falls perfectly upon sacred temples and stones, revealing the Incas' deep understanding of astronomy and time. Every stone, every shadow, every stairway seems to have been placed with purpose, blending nature, science, and spirituality into a single breathtaking harmony. Still, the great enigma remains. Why was Machu Picchu built in such a remote, inaccessible place? Was it a royal estate for Emperor Pachacuti, a sacred site for priests and astronomers, or perhaps both? A bridge between the heavens and the earth? And why was it abandoned, left untouched for centuries, hidden beneath the jungle's embrace? When explorer Hiram Bingham rediscovered it in 1911, Machu Picchu re-emerged from history's silence. Today, millions journey here each year, drawn by its beauty, its mystery, and the indescribable energy that fills the air. Standing among the ancient terraces, watching the morning mist rise and the first light kiss the stone walls, you can almost feel the spirit of the Inca, whispering through the wind. It's as if time itself pauses here, reminding us that even civilizations that vanish can leave behind something eternal. In the heart of the Jordanian desert, hidden between towering cliffs of red sandstone, lies one of the world's greatest archaeological wonders, Petra, the legendary Rose City. Carved entirely from stone more than 2,000 years ago, Petra was once the thriving capital of the Nabatean kingdom, a civilization that mastered both art and survival in one of the harshest landscapes on Earth. For centuries, it stood at the crossroads of ancient trade routes, linking Arabia, Egypt, and the Mediterranean. Caravans laden with incense, spices, silk, and gold passed through its gates, bringing immense wealth and cultural exchange to the desert city. The journey into Petra begins through the Siq, a narrow, winding canyon with walls that rise nearly 80 meters high. As sunlight flickers between the rocks, the path suddenly opens, revealing the breathtaking treasury, Al-Khazneh. Its monumental facade, carved directly into the rose-red cliffs, glows in shades of pink, gold, and amber beneath the desert sun. Every column, every sculpture was etched by hand, creating a sight so perfect it almost feels unreal. But Petra was far more than its beauty. The Nabateans were extraordinary engineers, especially when it came to water, the most precious resource of all. Through an intricate network of aqueducts, channels, reservoirs, and cisterns, they captured and stored rainwater, sustaining tens of thousands of people and transforming a barren desert into a thriving oasis. Beyond the treasury, Petra stretches across miles of canyons and valleys, filled with hundreds of tombs, temples, and homes carved into the cliffs. There's even an enormous amphitheater, capable of seating more than 6,000 spectators, echoing the grandeur of civilizations like Greece and Rome. And yet, for all its brilliance, Petra eventually faded. When trade routes shifted and the Nabateans disappeared from history, the city fell silent, swallowed by sand and forgotten for centuries. It wasn't until the early 1800s that Western explorers rediscovered it, revealing once again the majesty of this stone-built masterpiece. Today, Petra stands as both a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world, a place where time seems to stand still. Walking through its ancient streets, hearing the wind whisper across the cliffs, you can almost sense the life that once pulsed through this desert jewel, a civilization that carved eternity from rock. Far out in the South Pacific, isolated by thousands of miles of ocean, lies a small island with one of humanity's greatest mysteries, Easter Island, or Rapa Nui. Scattered across its windswept plains and volcanic slopes stand nearly 900 colossal statues, known as moai. These stone giants, some towering over 30 feet tall and weighing more than 80 tons, were carved between the 13th and 16th centuries by the Rapa Nui people. Each moai represents an honored ancestor, believed to possess a spiritual essence called mana, a sacred power that protected their descendants and the island itself. Yet beyond their symbolic meaning lies an enduring question. How were they made, and how were they moved? The statues were hewn from volcanic tuff at the Rano Raraku quarry, miles away from where many now stand. Without metal tools or modern machinery, the islanders shaped each figure by hand, then somehow transported them across rugged terrain. Some scholars believe they used wooden sleds or rolling logs, while others propose a more astonishing theory, that the moai were walked upright using ropes and careful coordination, rocking side to side as if alive. But the creation of the moai came at a cost. Constructing and moving such immense statues required vast amounts of wood, rope, and manpower. Over time, deforestation and resource depletion may have led to famine, conflict, and ultimately, the collapse of Rapa Nui's once thriving society. The statues, once symbols of unity and reverence, became silent witnesses to a culture's decline. And yet, they still stand, weathered but unbroken. Their stone faces gaze endlessly toward the horizon, as if watching over their people even now. For modern visitors, standing before the moai is humbling. You feel the power of human devotion, the desire to be remembered, to connect with something greater than ourselves. Easter Island remains a place of mystery and memory, a haunting reminder of how far human ambition can reach and how fragile the balance between progress and preservation truly is. High above Rio de Janeiro, rising from the lush peak of Mount Corcovado, stands one of the world's most iconic landmarks, Christ the Redeemer. With arms outstretched in a gesture of peace and protection, the statue seems to embrace not just the city below, but the entire world. Conceived in the early 1920s as a symbol of unity and faith, construction began in 1926 and took nearly 5 years to complete. When it was unveiled in 1931, the people of Brazil didn't just see a monument, they saw hope carved in stone. Standing 98 feet tall, with an arm span of 92 feet, the figure is made of reinforced concrete and covered with more than 6 million soapstone tiles, each placed by hand. From afar, it appears smooth and pure, but up close, every tile reveals the careful craftsmanship behind this modern wonder. The design came from Heitor da Silva Costa, sculpted by Paul Landowski of France, and given its gentle face by Gheorghe Leonida of Romania. Together they created a symbol that transcended borders and became one of the new 7 wonders of the world. Lightning often strikes the monument during Rio's fierce storms, but each time it's repaired, restored, and standing once again. Many locals say each strike is a reminder that even light can touch the divine. From the summit, the view is breathtaking. Golden beaches curve along the coast, emerald forests stretch across the hills, and the Atlantic glitters endlessly beyond. At night, the city glows beneath the Redeemer's arms, as if the statue itself watches over Rio's heartbeat. But what makes it truly extraordinary isn't just its size, it's the feeling it gives. Standing there, you sense a quiet power, a connection between humanity and heaven. Nearly a century later, Christ the Redeemer remains the enduring heart of Brazil, a beacon of peace and faith high above a city that never stops moving. In the arid deserts of southern Peru, etched into the earth, are massive geoglyphs known as the Nazca Lines. Stretching for miles, they depict animals like hummingbirds, monkeys, and spiders, as well as geometric shapes and perfectly straight lines. What makes them so remarkable is their scalesome figures are over 200 meters long, only visible from the air. This raises one of archaeology's biggest questions. How did the Nazca people create designs they couldn't see in full? Some believe the lines served as astronomical calendars, aligning with solstices and star movements. Others argue they were ritual pathways used in ceremonies to summon water in this desert environment. Adding to the mystery, the lines have remained intact for over 1,000 years, preserved by the region's dry climate. Flying over them today is surreal. The desert floor transforms into a giant canvas of symbols left by an ancient civilization. Far off the coast of Yemen lies Socotra Island, a place that seems to exist outside of time and space. Its landscapes are like nothing else on Earth. Jagged limestone plateaus rise dramatically alongside pristine white sandy beaches, while turquoise waters shimmer against the rugged interior. But what truly sets Socotra apart are its alien-looking plants, most famously the dragonblood trees. Their umbrella-shaped canopies drip with crimson resin, giving the island a surreal, almost otherworldly appearance. Isolation for millions of years has allowed Socotra's flora and fauna to evolve in extraordinary ways. Over a third of its plant species are found nowhere else on Earth, and many of its birds and reptiles are just as unique. Walking among the twisted trees, strange succulents, and vast landscapes, you feel as though you've stepped into a living dream, a place shaped by forces both ancient and mysterious. For scientists and adventurers, Socotra is more than a destination. It is a natural laboratory, a window into evolution's limitless creativity. Every path you follow reveals new wonders: wind-swept valleys, hidden coves, and the distant calls of birds found only on this island. Its isolation preserves a rawness that few humans have ever witnessed, making it one of the most untouched and enigmatic places on the planet. For travelers, the experience is transformative. The combination of alien flora, dramatic terrain, and vibrant waters creates a sense of awe and reverence. Socotra is not just an island. It is a testament to Earth's capacity for the bizarre, the beautiful, and the extraordinary. A land that lingers in the imagination long after you leave, reminding us that some places are so rare and so wild, they feel almost unreal. Deep in the Arizona desert lies a narrow slot canyon carved over thousands of years by the relentless forces of wind and water, Antelope Canyon. Its sandstone walls twist and curve in smooth, flowing patterns, glowing in warm hues of orange, red, and gold as sunlight filters through the narrow openings high above. The canyon seems alive, constantly changing with the movement of light. Every hour the sun casts ethereal beams that pierce the depths, illuminating the walls in a soft, almost magical glow. The sandstone itself is sculpted into shapes that resemble frozen waves, delicate folds, and abstract patterns, a natural cathedral formed entirely by nature's patient hand. Walking through Antelope Canyon is a humbling experience. The air is still, carrying only the faint whisper of wind, while towering walls rise like guardians on either side. Visitors often describe a sense of spiritual connection here, as if the canyon itself is a sacred space, a bridge between the earth and the sky. Photographers and travelers alike are drawn to its ephemeral beauty, capturing moments that can never be exactly recreated. This is a place of contrast, rugged yet smooth, timeless yet ever-changing. Antelope Canyon reminds us that nature's artistry is both delicate and powerful. Each step, each shift of light, reveals a new perspective, a fleeting wonder that leaves a lasting impression on all who enter its narrow, winding passageways. It is more than a canyon. It is a living gallery, a testament to the quiet, patient forces that shape our world, offering a glimpse into Earth's raw and unyielding beauty. Hidden in the remote waters of General Carrera Lake in Chile lies one of the planet's most breathtaking natural sculptures, the marble caves. Carved over thousands of years by the gentle, persistent motion of water, these swirling blue and white caverns look as though an artist painted them by hand, yet they were shaped entirely by nature. The caves were formed as glacial lake waters slowly dissolved the solid marble cliffs, creating twisting tunnels, arches, and chambers. Sunlight reflects off the calm turquoise waters, bouncing onto the marble walls and filling the interior with a mesmerizing glow. Each ripple changes the color of the walls, turning them from sapphire to aquamarine, giving the impression that the caves themselves are alive, constantly shifting and shimmering. Accessing the caves requires a small boat, adding to their otherworldly allure. As you glide silently through the chambers, the sound of paddles echoes softly, while the cool air carries the faint scent of limestone and mist from the glacial lake. Every curve of the cavern reveals a new wonder: smooth, polished walls, natural marble columns, and arches that seem almost too perfect to be real. Travelers speak of the experience as surreal, almost dreamlike. The marble caves are a hidden cathedral of stone and light, sculpted over millennia without human hands. Standing inside, you feel the slow passage of time, the patient artistry of nature, and the delicate balance between water, stone, and light. It is more than a geological marvel. It is a sanctuary for the senses, a place that inspires awe and quiet reflection. The marble caves remind us that Earth can create beauty beyond imagination, fragile, fleeting, and utterly extraordinary. Nestled in the heart of Croatia, Plitvice Lakes National Park is a cascade of turquoise waters, lush forests, and breathtaking waterfalls. 16 terraced lakes, linked by a series of 90 waterfalls, stretch across the landscape, forming a dreamlike mosaic of water and stone that seems almost too perfect to be real. Walking along the wooden boardwalks, travelers are fully immersed in this natural masterpiece. The gentle roar of rushing water fills the air, while birdsong weaves through the trees. Mist rising from the falls softens the sunlight, creating a shimmering, almost magical atmosphere. Every corner reveals a new perspective, as if the park itself is a living painting, constantly changing with the shifting light and seasons. What makes Plitvice truly extraordinary is the transformation of its waters. Mineral-rich deposits alter their color throughout the year, shifting from deep emerald green to brilliant azure blue depending on sunlight, rainfall, and the movement of water. Surrounding forests provide their own spectacle, bursting into vibrant greens in spring, golden hues in summer, and fiery reds and oranges in autumn. The park is alive with wildlife as well. Deer wander quietly along hidden paths, eagles soar high above the waterfalls, and fish dart gracefully beneath the crystal-clear surface. Ancient local legends whisper that the lakes are enchanted, each waterfall carrying the memory of the land and the spirits of those who once lived nearby, giving the place a sense of both mystery and reverence. For travelers seeking serenity, adventure, or inspiration, Plitvice Lakes National Park is a living testament to nature's artistry, a place where water, stone, and forest converge to create one of the most unforgettable landscapes on Earth. A sanctuary of beauty, wonder, and quiet reflection, it leaves every visitor awestruck long after they depart. In the mountains of Laos, thousands of giant stone jars lie scattered across the land. Some are taller than a person, others weigh several tons, yet no one knows exactly who carved them or why. Local folklore says they were used by giants to brew rice wine. Archaeologists suggest they were ancient funerary urns used to hold the remains of the dead. Excavations have uncovered human bones and burial artifacts near some jars, giving weight to this theory, but the full story is far from clear. Adding to the strangeness, the jars are not clustered in one neat cemetery but scattered across more than 90 sites, covering miles of land. Why such scale for something so mysterious? Even today, many areas of the Plain of Jars remain unexplored because they are littered with unexploded bombs from past wars, leaving secrets of the jars buried and untouchable. Just outside of modern-day Mexico City lies Teotihuacan, an ancient metropolis so vast and sophisticated that even after centuries of study, its origins remain unknown. At its height, it was home to over 100,000 people, making it one of the largest cities on Earth during its time. Yet no one knows who built it or why it was abandoned. Its name comes from the Aztecs, who discovered the city centuries after it had fallen into silence. They called it Teotihuacan, meaning the place where the gods were created. When they first gazed upon its immense pyramids rising from the Valley of Mexico, they believed it was the birthplace of the gods themselves, a sacred site where heaven and earth once met. At the heart of the city stands the towering Pyramid of the Sun, aligned with celestial precision to mark key solar events. Nearby, the Pyramid of the Moon mirrors its grandeur, standing guard over the Avenue of the Dead, a massive central boulevard stretching for miles, flanked by temples, plazas, and once colorful homes. Beneath the city's surface, archaeologists have discovered mysterious tunnels filled with offerings of jade, shells, and liquid mercury, possibly meant to symbolize rivers of the underworld. The city's layout reveals an astonishing level of planning. Its streets form perfect grids, its structures align with astronomical events, and remnants of frescoes and sculptures suggest a people deeply connected to both the cosmos and the earth. Teotihuacan was a city of art, trade, and religion, a beacon of culture in the ancient Americas. And yet, it fell. Around the year 550, this great city was suddenly abandoned. Buildings were burned, temples destroyed, and its people vanished. Was it famine, internal rebellion, foreign invasion, or something deeper? A spiritual collapse that turned its citizens against the gods they once worshipped. To this day, no definitive answer exists. Teotihuacan's original name, language, and rulers are all lost to history. Only its silent monuments remain, colossal reminders of a civilization advanced enough to rival the great powers of Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Rome, yet so mysterious that even its creators have been erased by time. Walking through its ancient avenues today, you can almost feel their presence, the hum of rituals long forgotten, the echo of footsteps on stone, the whisper of wind through the pyramids. Teotihuacan is not merely a ruin, it is a riddle. A city built by unknown hands, for unknown gods, whose story continues to elude us. A timeless testament to human ambition and to the enduring mystery of civilizations lost to the sands of time. In the far reaches of western Tibet stands Mount Kailash, a mountain unlike any other on Earth. Rising more than 6,000 meters above sea level, it is a peak so sacred that no human has ever climbed it. For thousands of years, this mountain has been a place of legend, faith, and mystery. Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, and Bon followers all believe Mount Kailash is not just a mountain, but the very center of existence, the axis of the world where heaven meets the earth. According to Hindu belief, it is the home of Lord Shiva, the god of creation and destruction, who sits in eternal meditation upon its icy summit. Buddhists see it as the abode of Demchok, a symbol of ultimate bliss. In Jainism, it is said to be the place where the first saint achieved liberation. And for followers of the ancient Bon faith, it is the seat of all spiritual power. Each year, thousands of pilgrims travel from distant lands to walk the 52-kilometer path that circles the base of the mountain. The journey is called the Kora, a sacred pilgrimage said to wash away a lifetime of sins. Many complete the circuit in 3 days, some in a single day, and a few, driven by deep devotion, crawl or prostrate themselves along the entire route. Despite modern climbing tools and countless expeditions in nearby regions, the summit of Mount Kailash has never been reached. Not by explorers, not by mountaineers, not by anyone. Some say this is out of reverence, for to stand on the home of the gods would be an act of great disrespect. Others speak of fear, of legends that warn anyone who tries to climb it will meet misfortune, illness, or death. Even experienced climbers have turned back, as if something unseen guards the peak. When the sun strikes its slopes, light dances across the snow, turning the mountain into a shimmering beacon, visible for miles. The land around it is dry and empty, yet alive with spiritual energy. Nearby, the sacred lakes Manasarovar and Rakshastal reflect the sky like mirrors. It is said that drinking from the waters of Manasarovar brings purity and peace to the soul. Scientists and geologists have studied the mountain for years, trying to understand its shape, symmetry, and power. But no explanation can capture why this single peak has inspired so many cultures across time and belief to see it as divine. For travelers who stand before it, there is a silence that words cannot describe. The air feels heavy with history, faith, and something beyond human understanding. Mount Kailash is more than a mountain. It is a symbol of spiritual endurance, a living reminder that some places are meant not to be conquered, but to be revered. It remains untouched, eternal, and mysterious, a sacred doorway between the earth and the divine. In the mountains of northern Sichuan, China, lies Zhujiagu Valley, a place of breathtaking beauty where nature seems to have painted its own masterpiece. The name means Valley of 9 Villages, a reference to the small Tibetan communities that have lived here for centuries, surrounded by crystal lakes, waterfalls, and snow-capped peaks. The valley is famous for its bright blue and turquoise lakes, so clear that fallen trees beneath the surface can be seen in perfect detail. Minerals from the surrounding mountains give each lake a unique color, shades of jade, sapphire, and emerald that change with the light. Dozens of waterfalls connect the lakes, cascading down moss-covered cliffs and forests of golden birch and pine. In autumn, the valley bursts into color, as red, orange, and yellow leaves reflect across the water like a mirror. During winter, the falls freeze into glittering walls of ice, turning the valley into a dream of frozen beauty. Legend says that Zhujiagu was created when a goddess accidentally dropped a mirror given to her by her lover. The mirror shattered into 100 pieces, and where each piece fell, a lake was formed. Walking through the valley feels like stepping into another world. Wooden walkways wind past still ponds and rushing streams. The air is cool and filled with the sound of flowing water. Snow peaks rise in the distance, standing guard over the peaceful landscape below. Beyond its beauty, Zhujiagu is also a place of balance, where humans, animals, and nature coexist in harmony. Rare species like the giant panda and golden snub-nosed monkey still roam its forests. For those who visit, the valley is more than a destination. It is a reminder of the Earth's power to create peace and wonder in equal measure. From lost cities to natural wonders that defy explanation, the world is full of mysteries waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and explore even more hidden wonders in my travel ebook below. Keep exploring, keep wondering, and never stop chasing the world's secrets.